And I want to go straight to a political headline that should have caused Pam Bondi and, frankly, Kash Patel to dispatch federal marshals in Washington, D.C., and begin arresting people on the spot. You probably heard about this. Politico, USAID officials tell remaining staffers, shred and burn all your documents. A senior official at USAID instructed the agency's remaining staff to convene at the agency's now former headquarters in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday for an all-day group effort to destroy documents stored there, many of which contain sensitive information. The materials earmarked for destruction include contents of the agency's classified safes and personnel documents at the Ronald Reagan building, said an email sent by USAID's acting executive director, Erica Carr, and obtained by Politico. Shred as many documents first and reserve the burn bags for when the shredder becomes unavailable or needs a break, the email said. Carr instructed staff to label the burn bags with the words secret and USAID B-IO, agency shorthand for Bureau of or Independent Office, in dark Sharpie. Pam Bondi did not send U.S. Marshals. She did not send people to arrest him, and Kash Patel did nothing. I've heard people say, well, maybe they needed warrants. They needed warrants for the executive branch to go into the executive branch. They needed warrants. These are not private documents. These are not people's private affairs. It is a felony to destroy government records without permission. This is clearly an effort to avoid the inevitable investigation they know is coming. It's underway now. Have you ever encountered such obvious hatred for the American people? And the fact that this is going on inside the Ronald Reagan building, that adds a level of almost humorous irony to this, but almost outrageously humorous. In other words, it's not funny. And it's particularly unfunny that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel did nothing about this. If this were, of course, Donald Trump, I mean, I'm just making this up. So let's pretend for a second that President Trump had some documents, let's say, and let's say they're in Florida, and let's say they're, at Mar-a-Lago or something, and maybe hidden in his son's bedroom or his wife's underwear drawer. It would probably be, I would think, that the DOJ would politicize that and send agents down, armed maybe, to... They did that. They tried to put him in prison for that. They contended that he destroyed records. I hate to be the bearer of accurate news, but that whole revolution thing, that whole stomp the deep state, in order to stomp a thing, you actually have to step towards it. You actually have to lift your foot so before you can stomp a thing. And this thing should have been stomped on that moment. And please, I beg you, do not come to me with Pam Bondi's lining up all the pieces and it's multi-layer chess and she's just playing 5-layer chess like President Trump. Please don't come to me with this. We either get the deep state now, or I am going to tell you, because it's virus-like, it comes back stronger, it mutates. You don't think that they're behind the scenes right now saying, okay, if we ever get back in power, how do we close the deal? Because we were that close to closing the deal. If they had either Kamala had won or been installed, they would have closed the deal, meaning no more America. You don't think that they're doing this now, that they're not wargaming? All the court cases are about delaying. All the court cases are about limiting harm. All of them are about mitigating harm. And what's amazing is watching out of the woodwork the excuses these people have to keep Americans from seeing what's theirs. Wait until we get to this interaction at the offices of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Wait until you hear and or see this. I'll show you this in a second. I'm going to calm myself. And sometimes when you're doing shows like this, you have to shake the lats out because if you get really excited during a program, shake the lats, maybe stretch the hammies. I won't do that. I do pay a bit of attention to my body. I'm in my late 50s, late 50s. And yet I'm able to do things now physically that I never, ever thought I would do outside of a wrestling room when I was 18, 19 years old. I can climb ropes right now as well as I could when I was in wrestling. Not yet legless, but in a J-hook just as well as I ever could. I can do that at a metabolic tax where my heart rate's at 174 beats per minute, and it's fine. I'm working on the legless stuff. That's a little bit harder. I can do things that I never thought I'd do at this age, like work out 3 times a day and cap the day with a 45-pound vested 5K I could run in 26 minutes, including a pretty good hill section to that. And I'm not trying to brag because I didn't make this body. I didn't give myself the love of this. God gave that to me. But I will share with you a tip. I choose to work with bioptimizers.com, and I endorse all their products. I don't use all their products because there's things I don't have a challenge with. I'm not challenged with blood sugar management. You might be. Okay, I don't use that because I don't need it. But in terms of putting on muscle and keeping it, Masszymes has been a game changer for me. There was a study that they did at the university looked at this. It produces 1,600 times the amount of amino acids in your body that you can produce without it. And amino acids are actually what build muscle and maintain muscle. It's not protein. But you know your body. So whether it's sleep or regularity or blood sugar management, go to bioptimizers.com/Todd. You get 10% off all their products. And do yourself a favor, subscribe. You'll get exclusive discounts, exclusive gifts, and exclusive information packs. It's bioptimizers.com/Todd, promo code Todd. Now, if I were this guy filming this video, I would probably have to, once again, shake the lats out and walk away and try to calm myself. I'm a discipled man. I serve Jesus, and my flesh would be really, really up. So guy walks up to film the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau as they are being forced to shut down, praise God, due to Elon Musk's work, Doge's work, and President Trump's commitment. At least President Trump's committed to fighting the deep state. I don't think Pam Bondi is. I don't know that Kash Patel is. Listen and or watch this interaction. Nice offices. Oh, look at the plaques are down.
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can I ask you what you taking pictures for?
I'm just on a sidewalk taking pictures of a building.
Okay, because it's private property, it's government.
This is private property?
Yeah, this is all government.
Owned by who?
It's owned by CFPB. But
Who is owned by who?
CFPB.
Okay, this is taxpayer property. This is government property, right?
Sir, what I'm saying is we're not allowed to have anybody take pictures inside of the property.
I'm not inside. You just brought me inside. I'm not inside.
From taking pictures from the outside to look.
So from the sidewalk, I can't take pictures inside of the
You
building.
can have me on your camera, and I don't want to be exposed to your footage, and you can't just take pictures.
I'm on the
inside.
sidewalk. I'm on a public sidewalk. This is not
It's
good.
okay. I'm just giving you a warning. You can't.
You can warn me all you want. I'm going to continue walking around and taking
Okay,
videos. So,
okay.
are you going to call the police now?
Sir, can you back up, please?
Who
It's
are
okay.
you
It's
going to call?
okay. Go
Are you
ahead.
going to call the police?
No, I didn't. Did I say I was going to call?
I don't know. You said I wasn't allowed to do so. I'm not allowed to record the building. Are you sure you want to say that? Do you want to retract that?
Can you get?
You just
from the
invited me
building?
into here. So like what?
Okay. Well, I'm asking you. Can you just? Step
Okay.
over?
Who told you that I wasn't allowed to film the outside of the building here?
It's just government rules. Anyone.
Government rules.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to stick with that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just saying. All right.
This Nick Sortor, who filmed that, posted that to Twitter-X. And incidentally, just because I like to be fair to human beings, he did a good job of remaining calm. I wouldn't have been as calm, and she did too. And she's got a tough gig, giving out illegitimate, unconstitutional, immoral, ridiculous, horrible orders. What do you do for a living? I give out ridiculous, unconstitutional, horrible, illegal orders. Now, see, that's an exciting video, I think, because it shows how desperate they are. This is not exciting because it's Lee Zeldin. God bless Lee Zeldin. He does not light the room on fire, but it's important to hear what he says because we're going to go from Lee Zeldin to Stacey Abrams, who does light the room on fire, but is also a deeply dishonest, grifting human being who's taken a whole bunch of your money. Let's start with Lee Zeldin. And he didn't need to go, he didn't need a warrant to stop this. He's better than Pam Bondi. Hey, you know what? He should consume Pam Bondi's job. He'd be a better AG, maybe.
20 billion of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution in a deliberate effort to limit government oversight, doling out your money through just 8 pass-through, politically connected, unqualified, and in some cases, brand new NGOs. The money has since been frozen, and the Department of Justice and FBI have been investigating. You may have heard how a group linked to Stacey Abrams received $2 billion after reporting a mere $100 in total revenue the year before. Or how the founding director of the EPA's program dished out $5 billion to his former employer after shaping the legislation that created the program from his White House post. These two examples have only been the tip of the iceberg.
It's absolutely in our face hatred. And Pam Bondi couldn't be bothered to arrest people for burning documents. At least Lee Zeldin does that. And if, by the way, if they'd get him walk-on music, he'd be better. Like something like, I don't know, Get Off My Cloud by the Stones. Stacey Abrams, of course, had a defense. She talked with Chris Hayes, who was wearing huge glasses, unbelievably huge glasses.
One of the ironies of the attack on you, and I'm going to play what he did, was that my understanding is the program at the source of this whole thing is a program to lower costs for people. Do I have that top line correct?
Meaning you have the receipts. You can show us where you help people buy fridges and such, right?
You have it absolutely right.
Oh, good.
Okay, so I'm gonna play what he had to say, and then I'm gonna ask you to explain what the program is that was such an obvious, ludicrous laugh line for the Republicans there. Take a listen.
$1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
And it should be a laugh line. And now I'm out of time. We don't get to hear Stacey Abrams. No, secret. I don't want to hear her. She is a proven, legitimate, full-on liar. Oh, by the way, election denier. Well, that used to be okay. Remember that? Hey, Pam Bondi. Hey, Kash Patel. Let's arrest some folks. Starting with the USAID people, and then let's work our way down to Stacey Abrams. And maybe the dude from MSNBC can wear his big glasses in court.